Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. What makes a woman magnetic? Now, in a podcast I did last Wednesday, I talked about, ladies, you have to decide whether you want to be independent or cooperative. But let's break it down. Let's break something down, right? One of the things that you want to do is understand what draws a man to you. What makes you truly magnetic? And a lot of women don't get this. Actually, and women actually, because they don't understand this, actually work against their magnetism. Now, what is that thing? Vulnerability. Vulnerability is magnetic to a man. Now, I know that goes against all the political stuff you hear, because, you hear about you got to be this big, strong woman and stuff. And a lot of women can't figure out why a man isn't attracted to that. And, we might be able to find you physically attractive. And it's not that we find you weak, but understand, we're just not naturally attracted to a woman's strength. We're just not attracted to it. We can admire it. And I know some women would try to say, oh, you just can't handle a strong woman. No, we not attracted. It don't get our dicks hard. I'm just going to be raw with y'all. It don't get our dicks hard. If you want to blame somebody, don't blame us. Blame however way you worship deity. All right? Blame that, okay? Blame that. Because we going to do the natural thing. I'm going to tell y'all the natural blueprint, not no political bullshit. But we are naturally attracted when a woman is vulnerable. When a woman says, hey, I need that guy. When her energy says it. And I've seen that. I've known some women who've done that. In fact, I knew a woman, she herself said she was like that tough woman, take charge and everything. And she wasn't getting the guys. The guys weren't trying to go home with her, But then she said, and it was through no fault of her own, she just sat back and was vulnerable, couldn't get rid of the guys. And I knew another woman like that. She just would walk. You see it. It's just a vulnerable way that just drew men to her like crazy. Because it's a natural blueprint. Now, in order to understand why that works, understand the nature of man. Let me talk about the house of the man. Now, I've talked about that before on here. And it's something like different authors have talked about it, but it's really based on the natural instincts within a man. Now, the house of the man is the warrior, the eagle, the hunter, and the healer. Each one of them works at its most optimal when it's dealing with a woman. At its most optimal because the things we do, we actually do on behalf of the woman. So a woman, or if she just sits back, a lot of times a man wants to do for her. But then saying you don't need that man to do for you, you're going to do for yourself, it actually repels the man. Now, if he might be able to make a rational decision or a political decision or, you just look that good where you try to fight through it. But it won't touch a man on a primal level. It's not magnetic. It won't draw him like a woman to him. In fact, like I said, most women in this culture especially actually repel men. Now, getting back to the house of the man. The first one I talked about is the warrior. What does the warrior do? The warrior protects. Who's he protecting? He ain't protecting himself. In fact, if he has a warrior developed, he got the last concern about himself. His concern is the people under his protection, his woman and his children. And if his warrior is developed, he will put his life on the line for his women and children. Notice I said for. He'll do it for the woman. Now, I know some guys might hear and say, I don't want to do all that and stuff. The warriors ain't developed. And that's not totally their fault. They're not their fault for it. But if you got a bunch of women saying, oh, why not we these strong, independent women? That kind of turns off the warrior. He has to fight for somebody. He might find somebody to fight for. If he can't find, I'm going to tell you what. That's why you get some of the most vicious men they get that little baby girl, shoot, they become the warrior for her. Or they'll fight for their moms if they can't find a woman to fight for. But they want to, the nature of the warrior is to protect the female energy, to protect the nest. So that's a natural thing. And then when you say the ego is that part that leads the woman, but that leadership, true leadership, is being a visionary, being able to see ahead, but that's still on behalf of the family. Like all the men's energy is on behalf of the family. That's why some men, they still want to get married. They still want to be attached to it. Some women do too. Well, women, they got their own energies that they need the man. Understand something. If we follow a natural blueprint, male and females need each other. All this political shit is just that bullshit. So the ego, the visionary, he wants to see ahead on behalf of the woman. But she has to be a woman that wants a man to see ahead for. That's that vulnerability. That draws him. So that's an energetic thing. The hunter doesn't really hunt on behalf of himself. If you look at societies where the man hunts, he's like Native American society. The hunters, shoot, they get that buffalo, bring it back to the women, let them do whatever with it. He takes just enough just to keep himself, his belly full, but shoot, most of it, the Native American woman, shoot, she'll make use of that whole thing. Those are the guys being the resources. In fact, in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he said money is useless to most men if they're not doing something for the women. You know, but it has to be a woman who wants a man to do for. And he'll do it for her if she has the energy that says, hey, you can do for me. You can be strong for me. You can protect me. And then the healer, that's that man who wants to make love to the woman. Like, got a lot of women complaining about sex. Complaining and say, this guy ain't trying to satisfy me. But shoot, you giving off that energy like, I don't need you. Or you ain't shit to me. You know, shoot, he ain't gonna feel that. He ain't gonna want to make love to you. He might want to fuck you. But he ain't gonna want to do it in such a way you got pleasure. Basically, that man, if he deal with you, he's like, all right, she acting like she don't need me. She got a fat ass. Okay, I just want to bust my nut in here. Yeah, I'm being raw just to get the point over. You know, he ain't gonna want to make you feel good. Like a lot of women, really, it's like a woman's power. The feminine power draws to it. A woman's power is really not trying to be a man. An example I've used before, like a woman in her masculine power trying to do it a masculine way. You know, she trying to, she going to the man's house. She trying to bust her way in. She trying to force stuff. He gonna be like, man, whatever. The woman in her feminine power, shoot, she just staying there. She just started coming. He see her coming from down the street. He opening the door, got the welcome mat out, everything. It's actually more powerful for a woman to be in her feminine. And part of that is just being vulnerable and just saying, let the man do. I haven't figured out why women haven't figured that out. That's why you get some of those feminine women, like whenever I see a couple and the woman seem like she's submissive and all of that. Like, women don't like that word submission, but that's where their power is. She's submissive to the man. He automatically becomes submissive to her. I know some men might not want to hear that, but if you follow that blueprint, if a woman just chill, sit back, get that man some peace, and let him do his thing, he going to do it for her automatically. He ain't even going to know why he doing it for her. Because this society, this culture is so ass backwards. But he going to do for her automatically. If she's submissive, because what is she submitting to? His protection. She's submitting to him being a leader, because a leader actually serves. And he's looking out for her. When he get those resources, most of them going to go to her. That's why you get some men, they don't try to work hard to make money. If they decide, well, they ain't going to get a woman behind it, they're like, why the hell am I working? Why I'm trying to make 100,000 and I can't, And here's the thing about it. A man ain't going to just give it to a woman, believe it or not. They ain't gonna just give it. They ain't gonna have such a strong urge. That woman gotta have some energy that makes him feel good that he doing something. If she try to force him to do it or just say, hey, you can only get with it, yeah, he might pay her something, but he ain't giving it to her off his own kindness and stuff. Because if he pay, he's just gonna fuck. He ain't gonna try to satisfy that woman. And then the healer wanna make her feel good. But if the woman's saying, I don't need you for that, he ain't gonna feel that energy. And, the woman's actually, that's her power. That's her power. I've met women, they really in their feminine energy. I'm like, boom. Like I was about to say about like some of these women who look submissive. I was like, oh yeah, they get everything they want. Yeah, they get everything they want. The man proud of it too. And if the woman's smart, she don't make a big deal out of that. See, some women, they might get that from the man, but they're like, yeah, I'm controlling it. That's a masculine thing to say that. The feminine woman just sitting back and just receiving. And I've never seen that to fail. You put that woman in a club or something, she ain't paying for a drink all night. She can bring her money, she ain't paying for a meal or anything. The man trying to get that shit too. He trying to, you know? And that's just it. And I know some dudes might hear that and say, oh, that's just simple. Dude, understand the real. Forget all that other bullshit. That's just a natural way. That's just a natural way. Because like I said, if the woman do that, and actually if a guy is in that energy, he getting everything he want from the woman. Because she's automatic submitting to him. She going to let him lead. She going to let him do his thing. And she'd be the type going to praise him in public and got his back. And really, any relationship really is complimentary. And I need to start talking about that more, getting into that. It's complimentary. It both sides. It's like that Taoist symbol of yin and yang. They both going in a circle, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know, they have something similar in indigenous African culture. So, you know, that's a universal thing. That's how it's supposed to work. Masculine and feminine, they feed off of each other. So for women, since I'm talking to the women, y'all want to be magnetic, you know, be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, you know. I mean, since we got, now, here's the thing. Be careful. Don't use it as a trick to get some man to do something that he wouldn't normally do. And you still got to protect yourself because, unfortunately, because things are so twisted, a lot of men don't get that and what they supposed to be doing. But I'm just letting you know. And just letting you know, that's what, if you want to be magnetic, that's what it is, just vulnerability. Vulnerability in your feminine. And the feminine receives. It's not like the masculine that go out and get. The feminine receives, allow it to come to them. You tap into that, ladies, boom. We can't help it. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll talk to you later. Peace.